All right. Welcome back to Crack Timeout, everybody. This is probably episode 5, I'd guess. I don't know exactly what's going on. Last time,
episode 5, yeah.
Yeah, episode 5. Last time I had a couple of pops, and today we are sober drinking coffee. It's a good time. I actually tasted a sip. Is it hot? Is it
Pretty hot coffee.
I'm not gonna
be
drink
honest with you.
The cup says
The
Scorpion.
amount of times you said pops in that last, I wanted to strangle you, man. I just have you up here and pops.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say beer.
Terrible.
Hey, the podcast was fine.
It was a good time, but you kept saying pops. It was driving me nuts.
I did say it probably a little
It's like,
too
who
much.
am I hanging out with? Some guy from New York right now?
Pops is definitely a Midwestern thing. Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
forget. You speak for Chicago.
I do speak for Chicago.
The Midwest. Oh, Jakey Midwest.
I have a Midwest soul. You know what someone told me yesterday?
Soul.
They said,
What?
you got a good voice.
Yeah.
I said, thank you.
Yeah, that's about, you know what? I would agree with that.
I'll take it.
Is it Johnny Cash's voice? Fuck no.
Ring of Fire.
Go ahead, sing a full song right now. Go.
We're going to get monetized.
Dead serious,
I'll
go.
sound too much. If I sound too much like him, we'll get monetized. Do you monetize?
I think that we're gonna be fine. I want to go your best. What's your best singing song right now?
Okay. Okay. Let me think.
Sing your heart out.
Um,
Sing that heart out. Go.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flames grew higher. And it burned. The ring of fire. The ring of fire.
Quit staring into my eyes like
the
this.
taste that lovers
What's
make.
happening?
All right. When hearts.
All right.
Like
cut,
ours.
Cut.
Okay, my bad. We'll stop with the singing.
Dude,
We'll probably they'll probably copyright us for how similar I sound to Johnny Cash right there.
you have a good singing voice.
It's not bad. You know I do Sinatra very well.
I'm
though.
not a singer, so I mean that's amazing that you can do that.
Why are you trying to act right now?
What do you mean?
We got in my car one time during Christmas, and you were belting your songs. You also hate Christmas songs. You were
Whoa! Don't be put. I love Christmas. Are you calling me a Grinch, man? What the hell?
you a Grinch, dude. I put Christmas on.
I love Christmas time.
No.
I'm joyous around Christmas.
I put it
got
on-
Christmas cheer.
I put it
got
on.
a Christmas mug right now.
Okay, let's be so for real. I put it on. You got upset. You don't like Christmas because you probably didn't get the present you wanted as a kid or something like that. I don't know. You hate Christmas. You got TP'd. I don't know what happened.
We all know what happened around Christmas.
Yeah, we know what happened.
Things got dark.
Things were dark.
Nah,
what,
man, my
it's sad.
Christmases were dope, boy.
I bet they were.
I got all kind of stuff. Dirt bikes.
Oh, really?
No, not really, but it was a good time.
I got dirt bikes. I got swamp feet. I got Confederate flags. But the classy kind.
class. The double. It's got the double.
I
It's
got
real
it.
thick texture.
But
you
it
know?
wasn't white trash because it came framed. I was gonna say, but
Confederate
yeah,
flags.
you were in my car. You put on like some country song, started singing. You were hitting the notes, and you were making fun of my voice. Let's be so for real.
Well, did it sound good?
My voice, no, but yours did not sound bad. Me, I really can only do Johnny Cash and Frank Sinatra. Other than that, I really can't do anything else. Maybe some Nirvana, honestly.
Okay, take it easy. Hit a little Lake of Fire right now.
Okay, Lake of Fire. She goes,
Where do
bad folks go when they die? They don't go to heaven where the angels cry.
Okay, that's all. The cry was all right. The die was rough, though. I'll be honest.
They go to a lake of fire and fry. See 'em
Nice.
again till the 4th of July.
Okay, the end was a little like.
Well, I'm not a
kiss.
singer at the end of the
end
day.
was like a little kissy for real.
At the end of the day, I'm not a singer. At the end of the day,
What are you?
Me?
Poet.
Poet,
You're
philosopher,
thinking of you as any-
jester.
Jester, come on now.
I was quoting George Carlin. That was weird.
Poet's funny. I could see you like imagine you like with like a little hat on, being serious by a tree. just,
I
like,
took an
writing
acting
something.
class once, which I know is embarrassing. I was in
What
community
is
college.
that like? I've always thought about doing something like that, but I haven't.
I was in community college, and we had to take an art class. I took acting
mm-hmm.
because me and my cousin were going to shoot something. We were going to find some actors.
little acting class.
Yeah, and I was in the class, and it was very embarrassing. Like the first day, we walk in like, okay, what we're gonna do? We're all gonna run around the room and start dancing. Everybody like do a dance. You're gonna get like a solo dance. And I've always been. You guys aren't gonna believe me. I've always been more of an athlete. I'm just being so for real. I've always been in sports teams where like, if you do that, you will get.
I was
roasted.
expecting you to say something like I've always been, like
A dancer.
light on my feet or something.
No.
You said I've always been an athlete.
I've always been. Okay. Well, I might not have been good. I've always been on teams though. Let's get that out the way.
If you're an athlete, you would be like in college at a collegiate level. You would
Yeah.
be like a D4 athlete,
I never played college. but
Division 4.
I'm playing flag football. That type of guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Roller hockey instead of ice hockey, you know?
Yeah.
The point is, in
Just
these classes, like, I always assume, like, if my friend group, if you just start dancing out of nowhere, you're going to get made fun of. You know what I mean?
So you thought you were going to get made fun of for dancing?
No. I thought we were going to be, like, making fun of this dancing the teacher's making us doing. So they're like, we're going to start dancing. I'm looking at all the guys like, yo, like, what are we doing? And the guy,
bro,
and you know the guys are doing? Stretching. You know what I mean?
Just preparing. They're mentally ready for
They're like, time to show them what I got. You know what I mean? And so, like, I'm in the back, and it starts going. This guy starts cha-chaing. You know what I mean? He's, like, doing a jiggle. This woman's doing, like, a full-on, like, she took dancing classes, and she's showing everybody. Everybody's going full out dancing, and it was me. I got nothing, bro. I didn't dance. I walked. I was like, this is my dance. I'm walking.
Oh my!
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Doing it, getting weird, getting physical, and you're just standing.
And the teacher was like, Jake, why aren't you dancing?
Wow.
And I said, oh, that guy, I got another dance. I got no dance.
You can't get out of your shell, huh?
I couldn't for the first day. No, I could not. Also, I walked in. I think I'm cool. I'm rocking my Denver Bronco hoodie, bro. Let them know that I like sports. You know what I mean? I'm not here to go crazy.
You know, most people just throw something on. They don't really even think about like what I'm letting people know with this.
I do want to talk.
Do things mindful like that.
I don't.
What you also have in common with your ancestor Richard Ramirez, the famous serial killer. Go ahead, my fault.
You know what's crazy? When you're talking, I'm like, this is gonna end with a go ahead, my fault. It did. Here's the thing. I actually don't pay attention to what I wear. It's my girlfriend's biggest problem with my outfit. She goes, you don't dress well at all. And then one time we were out, and I was like, you better probably wish I dressed like that guy. And she's like, yes, I do.
What did he look like? Why didn't you just start doing that?
He had a beanie on that only that covered like top of his head. And
nice.
He looked like my girlfriend wants me to dress like a hype beast. You know what I mean?
Hype beast.
A hype beast, like the Supreme and all that. You know what I mean? I dress like how I dress. I'm sorry that I'm just not that kind of guy. But anyway, in the acting class,
what was that, man? What was that?
One time we did a scene, and I had to do like a scene where like I liked a girl, and then it wasn't gonna work out. And it was just so bad. All this is on YouTube, by the way. You can probably find they put all these scenes on YouTube.
Why would they do that? Why are they just...
I know. They put it all on YouTube. And I'm like, I was watching at home. I'm like, what are we doing? My hair was so long, too, that they couldn't see my eyes. So I had to go man bun on YouTube. There's videos of me man bunning out.
You were so stoked to be in a man bun. Be honest, dude.
I was not.
You literally probably grew it out for the man bun. You're like, oh, this has got to be a character. Like
I did not. I would not hop on a man bun because I love my long hair. I look like Chris Cornell.
Oh my!
And so I was like, I don't want to man bun it, but they can't see my eyes. Every time I did an acting scene, because it would cover my whole face. I was basically like acting like a fucking dog, like a dog. My bad.
Like a what?
Like a dog. I said the F word though. And then we did that, and then we did the scene from Joker, and then after my scene from the Joker, they said, "Wow, you're such a good actor." I was like, "Thanks." And then I did a monologue, and it was so bad that they cut me out.
Monologue.
Acting classes were weird because you realize how serious everybody takes it. I thought it was just like jokey joke, you know what I mean? But everybody there is taking it very seriously. It's like their passion. So I felt bad. And,
not everyone's like, just in there fucking around. Someone's in there having fun, like doing it seriously.
Well, there are guys who want to make it their career, obviously, and this is, and I'm not, and we're not anywhere near LA. So I'm like, what are we doing? But so it was the whole thing. My teacher was on the soap.
Was there anyone in there who was like pretty old? You're like, what are you doing?
No, the oldest probably like 22, honestly.
Really?
And I was like 18.
Oh, that's bad.
And then I just remember thinking like these people are kind of strange. Not strange like in a bad way, just like they're like not my kind of guys.
I heard that a lot of these comedy or a lot of these like acting schools are really like fronts for cult type environments.
Well, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. But the one I was at was part of my community college, so it wasn't part of a cult. We would just work with the film people.
But the teacher wasn't trying to like bust a move on nobody.
My teacher was not trying to bust a move. No, but back to what I was saying about the acting classes. The reason I bring it up is because one time in class they were like, "What roles could they play?" And I walked up. I'm hoping for like gangster, you know what I mean? And all I got was poet, friend of the main character. I get poet, so I brought it up. Poet, friend of the main character, and psychopath. So I don't know what was going on.
Bro, psychopath is so true. You're nuts, man.
I know. I'm not actually a psychopath, but I can dead eye a person. I think. Like
what does that mean?
If you're talking to me, I can look at you with no emotion.
I feel like I do that all the time. Just be looking at people like.
Yeah, and that's psychotic. I think
that's psychotic.
To people, it is. To these like la 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 type of people who be singing when they say sentences. They don't like when someone.
Who are you referring to, bro?
Actors, the people in my class. They would look at me like they move their head when they talk. You kind of do that sometimes, by the way.
Oh yeah, well sometimes I'm sassy.
And they'll be like la when they say something, they get excited. They'll be like they start doing a dance. Me, I'll be like, I got an A today.
The lip twitch.
You know what I mean? So they looked at me like I was probably like a psychopath.
Bro, you honestly are a psychopath. I'll say that. You're nuts, man. Your face just twitched looking at me.
Yeah, I mean, I get uncomfortable sometimes. But
Little uncomfortable, little face twitch.
little uncomfortable, you know what I mean?
Oh my god.
And that's what it is. But that was how it was in acting class. So what we were saying about poetry is people did say I look like a poet from the Renaissance era. My hair was super long, and I may or may not have had submitted 40 different poems to different magazines in my life.
Poem author.
When I was 20 years old during the pandemic, I was writing poems in my room till like 4 a.m. just submitting to online magazines.
Bro,
None were
you
accepted.
were single.
I was single.
Just writing poems in your room. Late
Writing
at night,
poems.
all
Writing
alone.
weird poems. And none of my poems got submitted, got picked.
Bro, please give me just like a quick little, just a sample of one.
This one's
sample.
This one's called The Car Crash. Driving. Gas in my face. Glass on the ground. Where am I right now? There's blood trickling. Oh, I've been hit by a car. The smell of fumes engulf me. Is this it? That's the end. That's not verbatim. That was the gist of one of them. And it was called The Car Crash. And I'm not lying to you. They hit me back and said, I like the car crash. So that's my best one.
Who is they?
I think it's Smoke Long Quarterly or something like that. I would submit to random places. I submitted one called The Paycheck about how like you really can't, when you're waiting for a paycheck, you just like you can't really live life till you get to hit that paycheck. So that was
Glasses on the ground.
the glasses on the ground, dude. The broken, shattered glass, dude.
That's so. I'm crying.
I could find a whole Word doc of all my poems, probably.
That is
because you had to submit
hilarious.
5 at a time to submit a poem.
Glass.
So I'd submit 5 poems at a time, and I would be so bored. I'd just write them. And I was also writing short stories.
Oh my
and
God.
one short story did get selected in a flash fiction magazine. It wasn't very good though, and it got 4 comments.
What was the short story about?
About a guy who's getting evicted from his house, and he's looking for a new place to stay, and nobody will put him in, and then eventually he starts like crying. I don't know I was in a weird place. I don't know what happened.
Dude, why are all these things so like COVID really fucked with you, huh?
No, it didn't. I just was.
So did you go into COVID with a girlfriend and broke up with her, or were you single the whole time, or what?
I didn't have a girlfriend until I was 21 years old. So that's what it is. So I was single writing these poems, and
You were just writing these poems in your room at night.
poems and short stories. I mostly wrote short stories.
The world's running out of toilet paper, and you're
Yeah.
just in there
I'm in my
writing your heart out.
just writing.
Talking about, oh my God, the car's flipped. We on fire. We dead.
Yeah, and I wrote about. I tried to write some funny stuff too. They didn't really nothing. Only one of my stuff ever got picked because I'm not very good. So
Well, like, what'd you do, like a Trump or something?
did I do a Trump?
Like, did you make some Trump joke? Or?
No, I never. A Trump joke. I never did anything.
I thought that's what you maybe were doing, like some political.
Commentary? No, I wasn't.
Dude,
doing it.
I've been really going down. I think we may have said on the podcast or not. My mom named me, y'all. My mom named me after who? Do you know this?
Hunter S.
Hunter S. Thompson. Y'all.
Yeah.
Now I don't know why. I mean, I don't really know why she was so interested, but anyway. So I've been like reading and going through like a lot more of his stuff recently. God was crazy. Like if you were hanging out with him today, you'd just be like, this guy's
weird.
a drug addict, just lunatic.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get. I mean, like maybe most people think that. Do most people think? I think like he's like revered. Like people look at him
People
as, like,
know this guy was
genius.
insane. All there is stories about him who he would just shoot birds in the front of his lawn with a real gun and do adrenochrome and whatever and like.
Okay, I don't know what.
That's in Fear in Las Vegas. He goes, we had some adrenochrome. So he was talking about it. Now, is it true? It's a fake story.
That guy, man.
He would just trip out, go to places and have trip out adventures. He was a wild dude. But he's also very revered. I think they have him in a similar class of Hunter S. Thompson, Charles Bukowski, and
See, but I've heard that before, but
are you anti-Bukowski?
I just don't even know. I wouldn't even know.
Bukowski has a whole book called Women, just about the different women he's had in his life.
Women?
It's called Women. It's all about different women he's had in his life.
Bukowski spitting facts about the ladies,
Just
or is
a
it like
50-year-old dude talking about 24-year-old girls. You know what I mean? It's pretty weird if I'm being for real. But
is he just reminiscing?
basically reminiscent, yeah.
Why is it weird to reminisce and
No, he's
write about
50 talking about, because he said like he didn't start getting like women until he was like a famous author. So he's like 50 years old, and like these girls won't like him. It's just about that. How he knows they're only there because he's like a famous rider and stuff. But he's like, I'm 24. What are you gonna do? He's a weird dude. But he has a book called he has a book called Ham on Rye, which is his best book.
Ham on Rye.
I'll
check that out. Ham on Rye.
Yeah, read the Ham on Rye. It's kind of like a Catcher in the Rye, but better, in my opinion.
Well, I don't know. I just think it's really cool that, you know. But then I really was looking at like this guy in today's world is just a crazy person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like videos of him getting in shootouts with his neighbor.
That's cool. Like that's why people like him though. They go, "Oh, he's crazy." But then if that was your neighbor though, how much do you hate that guy?
Yeah, you're not. Oh, yeah, that's fun until he's smoking meth in your front yard, talking about "fuck you, America." That sucks. You know?
Exactly.
And there was like another thing was like he was real anti. You know, he hated everything.
He was anti what?
He wanted to like. He hated, you know,
everything in the world, religion, politics, government.
He politically wise, he was real anti-U.S. government.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. I mean,
libertarian type of guy.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't want to even go down this political road because y'all know how I feel.
We don't know how you feel. We can guess based on the accent though. And a Confederate flag in your garage. I'm just kidding. There is no Confederate flag in the garage.
Look, I'll say this: my dad firmly believes Michelle Obama has a piece.
That's just dads, though. You know what I mean? That is just dads.
I'm not saying anything other than that. Oh,
I've cut this many times. I think it's bad when we go like a silent cut to the yo.
I love doing that.
It's pretty fun, but yeah. So I just to make sure that we had some technical difficulties as per usual.
Technical difficulties, or Jake had the piss.
I also had the piss. Is what it is. But I did want to check out, make sure the camera was rolling. I think I also got ADHD, which is kind of annoying. You know what I mean? I got like 10 thoughts in my head at once, at every moment. Like right now, I'm thinking like, why is his hat backwards? Why his eyes look so weird? Why is he touching his watch like that?
That's just sort of how. I mean, I don't know what you got going on, man. Then you need to calm down. Take out Adderall or something. Relax.
What age do you hit puberty? You think?
What age did I hit puberty?
Yeah.
I'd probably say 12, 13 years old.
But what's that mean? 12, 13? Like, what happened at that age?
Started getting armpit hair.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
I'm not a very hairy guy, but I mean, that's assuming like when you start getting...
When did your voice start deepening is my question.
Around that time, too.
That's nice. When I was in 8th grade, we went to New York for a school field trip.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to Broadway, like watch a show, Aladdin. And I went to the bathroom, and I was peeing in the bathroom. And I was in the men's bathroom. And like the worker came in, and he was like, "Is anybody in here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm in here." And my voice was so high. I was like 14. And he goes, "This is a men's bathroom. You're in the wrong bathroom." Thinking I was a woman because my voice was so high. Why'd your eye just switch?
You were in the women's bathroom?
I was in the men's bathroom. And the janitor walked in and said, "Is anybody in here?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm in here." But my voice was so high, he thought I was a woman. And he goes, "You're in the wrong bathroom." And I had to like open the door and he saw me. And I was
I thought you said your voice was deep. And this is saying that your voice is not deep.
When I was 15, it was deep. Not 14.
So it changed from 14 to 15.
Yeah, I hit some voice cracks, but when I was in 8th grade, my voice was so high the guy thought I was a woman.
Wow.
It was very embarrassing.
I could see that.
Also, I've heard my voice, and it's not great when I was 14. It was...
Voices are weird. I feel like nobody actually likes their voice, you know?
I don't like it. Yeah, it tastes terrible. I put way too much sugar. I'll be so for real. I'm going to keep drinking it. I put too much sugar.
It's a lot of sugar then, man. I don't know. You need to calm down.
Put 2 scoops. Is that a lot?
That's a lot of... I mean, yeah, that's like a...
Fudge. It's a lot of sugar going on, bro.
A lot of sugar, yeah. That's crazy.
How much you put?
Like a half of one.
Oh, dang. We use creamer, though, right? Still, oh, my gosh. It feels like I'm drinking... It's weird. Anyway.
Quick, hit me with something. Go.
We went to Woody's Diner today, and I ordered the jambalaya. What do you think about that?
That's insane. Who goes to a diner, like a hole-in-the-wall diner, and orders shrimp?
I'll be for real. It messing me up right now.
That's crazy.
I think the shrimp, I can feel them swimming in my intestines.
Just so everyone knows, okay, so that means that he has diner shrimp in his stomach right now, brown sugar coffee going in with a little bit of what I'm assuming it could be Sprite or Coca-Cola.
This is water right here.
Oh, okay.
But there is some
water.
You know what I mean? There's something weird in this cup, though. It's a Scorpio on it. Who here's a Scorpio? Is that you?
I think it might be. I mean, I'm a Leo. August 12th.
Okay. Well, don't be putting your birthday out there. Someone's going to rob your identity.
Oh, God. Someone's going to know my birthday.
I got in his bank account. Yo, I just got $4.
Oh, wow. I'm $36 richer and shit. It's not even... I mean, it's steal my identity. Hell.
Yeah.
Maybe are you gonna give it back? Damn, are you better? Are you worse than I am?
That's facts.
Nah, I'm doing all right. I think in life, I guess.
But I ate that diner shrimp. I don't recommend diner shrimp. Well, here's why I don't like going to diners because I don't always want a burger. I don't always want pancakes, and those are usually the only options. So I will go for like a experimental meal, and that's never good at a diner.
I just don't. You have a lot of nerve ordering shrimp at a diner.
Jambalaya, shrimp, sausage, chicken.
Shrimp ain't it, cowboy. You
Also, the lady,
like
I go, is it good? She goes, it's spicy. And it was not spicy. She must just think I'm a pussy.
She saw right through you. Saw right through your facade.
She also got mad about how little we tipped.
Yeah.
She gave us a look like, wow.
Don't make me feel bad, man. Dang.
I did. What you gonna do? I'm not judging.
Look, sometimes, y'all, I got to say this.
This is what I want to say to the lady. If she goes, why didn't you tip? I'm going to go, because it would break him. If he tipped, it would ruin him. Him not tipping don't ruin you, though. So chill your bitch ass out.
I didn't feel like the service was good enough to tip.
Well, yeah, I know. What qualifies a good service tip out of you?
First off, if my drink get empty,
facts.
What have we done?
My drink was empty.
Second, it was almost like they wanted us to rush up out of there. The way they was walking up to us, they walked up to us too many times. Y'all got nobody's in this diner.
It's facts.
Y'all done walked by me 14 times asking me if I'm okay. Now I'm not okay. After 12 times, I'm not okay anymore. I'm pissed that you keep coming by, Maria. Let it go. I don't need ketchup or anything. You've asked me so many times.
This is a Hunter quote. Man, they're going to give me this messy-ass burger and no napkins, huh?
And here's another thing. If you are serving somebody an egg yolk bacon burrito with avocado,
yeah.
Can we get 2 napkins, please? I have 1 napkin. I have 1 napkin with the utensil sitting on it. Everyone knows that napkin sucks anyway. That napkin don't work for anything. You need at least 1 more to do anything.
You need a table buffer napkin.
It's crazy, man.
That's just what's up.
These places, I'll say customer service has gone out the window. People don't care about nothing no more. And I don't blame them. I don't care about anything either. I go in places, I'm just throwing stuff around. Toothpicks, I'll pick up 5 of them, put 1 in my mouth, throw 4 on the ground. Fuck it. Because it doesn't matter anymore. No one cares about anything.
I like the idea of
we walk out of the Woody's Diner and there's a bum chilling right there on the left. Just stinky. Right by the front door. We got to deal with that.
I'm just thinking about if the lady somehow watches and goes, I thought I wasn't that bad.
I mean, honestly, she was pleasantly rude. Okay, I'll say that. Pleasantly rude. And what I mean by saying pleasantly rude is she was very attentive to our wants and needs, but came by too many times. It's weird. What do you do? This is harassment at some point. I'm
not going to co-sign this. I don't know if I can co-sign.
Bro, co-sign me right now. I'm out here on a limb.
Lady, if you're watching, I don't co-sign this. I don't co-sign
this. Service wasn't that bad. I just needed an excuse not to tip your ass.
Hunter was some money stressing.
It is what it is.
Hunter was trying to run ads on Instagram for something.
Running ads on Instagram is insane.
Not for the podcast, but he was stressing out. He was confused. At one point, Hunter goes, my money's in limbo.
Bro, the waitress is looking at us like, what is going on? She thinks we're like some 2 big stock guys. I'm like yelling at him about nothing.
Hunter goes, I just lost $61.93. Where'd it go, Jake? I'm about to start crying. And then he was hardcore stressing, and he goes, what does Aspire debit mean? Jake, no, what does Aspire debit mean? I for real, though, what's it mean, though? Does that mean my money, does that mean my money gone?
$61.
Is my money gone? I can't afford, this will ruin me. And then he's hardcore stressing, talking about some bank stole his money. We get home, it's just his car payment. It's car insurance. Just his car insurance payment.
We did come to the realization that it is just my reoccurring car insurance auto draft. I was a little pressed about it. I just wanted to know, wasn't it weird though? I was trying to run 60 and the car insurance was $61.93. Come on.
It is a coincidence, I'll say that much. The fact you don't know what your car insurance is also kind of strange. Did you know that's how much your car insurance is?
Yeah.
Hold up, y'all. I've been getting charges every month for a little bit now. Check it out. 11, 18, 22. Y'all, what could this be? Every month. Oh, it's car insurance.
I wish y'all could have seen. I had him going through my statements.
I am surprised you have car insurance on your car.
I am too.
That car, I don't want to throw shade. It's got a dent.
That thing gets me from A to B, and that's all. That's how I look at cars, man.
Yeah.
I one day will have the luxury of, having something worth maintaining.
Yeah. Motorcycle, if you will. An El Camino, if you will. You're
That'd be sick, yeah.
What's the Ford version of an El Camino? The Ranchero. You can get a Ranchero.
That would be dope.
Yeah, I can see you with
Decked out Ranchero.
I can see you changing your name to Hunter Ranchero. Like, that's your new stage name. Yo, make it loud for Hunter Ranchero. Yo, what's up, man? That's not my name. That's my car.
Who need a ride?
I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. You know my name, Hunter Ranchero 34. You know what I mean? Name, car, age. It's 5 years from now.
Me pitching to Dan. Me pitching Hunter Ranchero as a stage name.
Yo, on the show tonight, we got Hunter Ladner. Yo, change that. It's Hunter Ranchero now.
Hosting tonight. Same thing 5 years from now. Well, he's changing his name, y'all, tonight.
I mean, if we're talking about it, me and Hunter, we did a show in Costa Mesa once, and Hunter's cousin came out. How did that go? First of all,
dude, every time I invite my family to come out to a show, it always goes crazy. They always get insane.
When Hunter's family comes, I go, uh-oh, trouble here. You know what I mean? We got some trouble brewing. And it could be like a guy could walk in, the nicest, oh, this guy's so cool, he's so nice, he's so cordial. You put an ounce of liquor in them, they become a different species of man.
So funny. I don't get it. I don't get why my family does this. Tell them, man. It's insane.
I'm not exaggerating. If Hunter's family is anywhere, and they're going to be getting served any type of substance that will change their mentals at all, it could be coffee. You know what I mean? But if it's alcohol, they're going to fight a bouncer.
Someone's throwing a chair.
Did they try fighting a bouncer? Be so for real, man. Did they try fighting a bouncer?
He tried to fight a bouncer, dude. He called the bartender a fat corn dog, you know.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man.
And then he went outside talking about, I'm going to beat you up, and he's with his woman who, I don't know.
Then he got into it with the bouncer. He called the bouncer fat. It was his thing. He was calling everyone fat.
You're fat. You're fat. So you're fat.
To say that, like being kicked out of a bar, is just hilarious. Dude, that bouncer followed him around the block.
That was wild.
Around the block with his phone out. And the entire time, my cousin just turned around. You're fat. He just kept saying it. You're fat. You're fat.
And the bouncer's ready to swing. And Hunter goes, I got to get my cousin's back. And this is how good of a friend I am. I
didn't want him to get... He was drunk. I didn't want this bouncer to just take advantage of the fact that he was hammered drunk and hit him for no reason. You know? And
I'm a good friend. I did say, I will have your back. I was ready to throw down as well. You may think I'm small. I'm ready to throw down. Will I win? No. Can I throw? Have I ever thrown a punch? Never.
No.
Have I ever been in an altercation physically?
No.
But am I ready to be in one? I am.
No, you're not. You're not ready for that.
Me to fight somebody? Yeah, I will jump up.
You ain't ready, Jet Li. I'm going to tell you that right now. You need to start doing some air kicks, punching. You need to do something. Shadow box, push-ups, diamond push-ups.
My biggest thing is people would be surprised how quickly I'm ready to throw down. Like, and I walk up, I go, hey, you. I walk up, and they're ready, like, you say something? I just jump up and grab them and throw them in a neck hold.
Can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
You think that an altercation is going to be solved with doing crazy eyes, because you do this every time. Every time you describe you about to throw down, you about to get serious, you do your eyes real wide like that's going to do anything. And I'm telling you, that's not going to have the effect on your opposition the way that you think that it might.
I think my crazy. I could get to my crazy. Like when I was a kid, I'll be so real with you. When I go to a Disney park or Knott's Berry Farm or whatever, my parents had to put me on a leash because I would run away. And then one time I was leashed up and I started barking at people. You know what I mean?
Were you seriously on a leash?
I will call my mom. Want me to call my mom right now?
Oh my God!
My parents had to leash me up because I would run away.
Your parents would leash you up.
They would put me on a leash.
A leash.
A leash like a dog. And I would say, if I'm a dog, I'm barking. You know what I mean? And that was never great.
That's like a weird... You know people pay like money to have that.
To what? To what?
People will like successful business guys will pay like...
Top
dollar to meet up in a hotel room.
For some hot chick with...
Drug around like
with
a dog.
With a fake bod and a plastic face to like walk him like a dog and they can like...
That's like... Is that something you're
into? No, not at all.
Okay.
That doesn't appeal to me at all to be like a dog, if I'm being for real.
Getting drug around.
I never liked being on a leash because I thought it was very embarrassing.
Why would your parents do that to you?
Because I would run away. I was a runner.
What does that mean, a runner?
I would get bored in line and run away.
And just run from your parents?
Just run and get kidnapped, probably. My mom used to tell me this thing. My mom would always say,
I think this has all been planted in your head.
There's
made you think that you're going to be kidnapped by
my
doing
mom.
something.
My mom had.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they just be doing stuff to you. You feel me?
Here's what my mom told me when I was a kid.
This is crazy, man.
She said, "Chick, just so you know, if you're ever by yourself, get safe because you are the number one person you're trying to kidnap."
Why are you the number one?
Because my mom goes, white kids are out. They want brown kids. My mom told me they want brown kids.
Why was she so convinced of this?
She said, kidnappers, white's not selling. She told me this. She said, white's not selling. Brown is in. They want a brown kid who...
White's not. It's like on Epstein Island.
Yes.
It's tough to move around.
My mom
right
said
now.
they kidnap kids and sell them to like sexual slavery. My mom told me this when I was like 7.
Who does your mom know? Is she involved in
My mom is a
like
paranoid
deep state?
person. No, she's a paranoid person. She works at a school. My mom is a paranoid person.
We've talked about her a lot.
Yeah, and she said that you are an ideal candidate to get kidnapped because you're a small brown kid who can't defend himself. So she told me that till I was about from 7 to like 18. At 18, she's like, you are still prime target right now. So,
but technically now it's just not kidnap; it's adult nap.
It's adult nap. She thinks now. She said I'm aged out now. I got rash on my chest.
What does that mean?
I don't know what happened, but I have a huge rash on my chest. Not like a weird. I got like a bunch of dots up here. I've been having to rub hydrogen peroxide across my chest every day.
You just have a weird chest breakout.
Well, no, it's not pimples though. I had a weird bunch of red dots on my groin one time, and I peroxided it. Next day it was gone. I kind of the same thing on my chest right now. I think it's like heat rash or whatever. So I just gotta apply my silver spray.
Well, heat rash, okay.
Never hurt nobody. I'm not itchy or nothing. And so
I used to get that when I played football.
Yeah, I used to get ringworm too.
Pants.
You ever get ringworm?
No, I never got ringworm.
I used to get ringworm. My mom would be like, everybody gets ringworm. I'm like, you're just dirty, woman. You're talking about everybody.
Nobody gets ringworm.
Everybody gets ringworm.
I know a couple people who've got ringworm.
Yeah.
My uncle would always get it and like show it to me.
Check this out. Look at this worm.
Check this in my arm.
Check out my ringworm. Whoa.
It's disgusting to really think about a worm in your arm.
Why is it disgusting?
The worm in your skin.
It's not an actual worm.
Skin worm.
It's not an actual worm. It's just a fungus. It's gross, but it's,
I'm going to say this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Crack Timeout, been popping. Crack Timeout, been lit. And I went through a drive-thru, and let me tell you something.
What happened? They did recognize you from Crack Timeout?
No, dude. They didn't recognize me. That'd be so dope if
Yo, Crack Timeout, Hunter Ladner.
No, this fucking... Bro, I'm pulling
comment,
through Starbucks.
please comment, even if you hate us.
You already know what I'm getting.
You get a natural cold brew with some cream.
No, dude. Brown sugar shaken espresso.
Ew.
Big brown sugar shaken espresso guy.
Ew.
Brown sugar shaken espresso.
I used to make that.
The best.
the best.
So,
I miss making it.
brown sugar shaken espresso, chocolate croissant. Sorry.
Did you get it?
I'm not watching my LBs right now. You know,
with that order, you're not.
a lot of bad there.
I'll be real. When I worked at Starbucks and I wanted a good break, I would go for the chocolate croissant. It's a comfort food.
Can I tell you something? No.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you're working a drive-through window, you should not have excessive arm hair.
Really? No excessive arm hair?
I'm standing on that.
Why?
I'm dying on that hill.
Why?
And I don't mean like...
Tell me why.
If you have very excessive arm hair,
yeah.
Man, woman, I don't even care.
Man, woman. What woman has excessive arm hair? You would be surprised. Actually, when I said it out loud, I can think of a girl I liked when I was 14 years old who had some crazy arm hair.
To each their own. I don't care, but what I'm saying is, when it's real long, when it says like, when we're past an inch.
Wow.
Wear long sleeves. That's going to get in someone's coffee, dude. That's gross. No one wants arm hair coffee. That's disgusting. It's gross. People are always worried, like, oh, cover your tattoos at work. Cover your arm hair at work. Cover your hair, your follicles. I don't want all that. It's disgusting, man. It's gross. I don't know. She honestly ruined my entire coffee experience.
Was there a hair in your coffee?
In front of me. Huh?
Was there a hair in your coffee?
To be honest with you, no. There was no hair anywhere.
It's the idea that there could be a hair in your coffee.
I just knew that at some point she put hair somewhere on something.
When I worked at Starbucks, my hair was so long, it used to just drop.
You would drop and it would just...
The hair would just go everywhere. I never got a complaint once, but in my head, I'm like, there's no way I haven't gotten hair in someone's coffee.
That is... Oh, that makes me sick to my stomach. Are you being serious?
I mean, I never saw hair go in coffee, but...
I hate that like people are like that. Like they really don't care about others enough to like, you're preparing something to eat for someone else that paid for it, and you in there just... A little hair in the coffee? No biggie. Give it up.
I
got some hairy eggs the other day. I got a big old long hair in my eggs. Pissed me off. It was my girlfriend's hair.
Ew.
She cooked it for me. I was like, you know, one of them ones that just kept going. It kept going. It's like stayed tight. And I'm like, I mean, my God, you didn't notice that? Like, it's insane. How do you not?
When
notice?
I never. If I ever noticed a hair got into a, if I noticed my hair got into someone's drink, I would remake the drink. But if I didn't notice, I would just give. I give out every drink I give out. If
you were the guy who would. You told me that you were the guy they would send in to deal with any human feces situation. You were like the turd guy.
I was, because I would
turd master, if you will.
They said someone poop on the floor, someone go deal with it, and I said I got it because I just want to be done with work. I would go in there, and when you cleaning up feces,
I got it.
When you clean up feces, you can be like, they'd be like, what's taking so long? I'm cleaning up feces. You want to do it? And they go, you're right. So I can be there for like 30 minutes, just like on my phone. I can take I can't smell that great, so I'm like, I can't even smell this.
So you're just in the. Do you leave? Okay.
The door open? No, I close the door.
Okay. Obviously, you're in there taking a little extended break, right?
Yes.
As a man, though, and be honest with me, because I know you and I feel like I know the answer to this.
Yes.
Do you leave the turd on the ground, or do you deal with the turd first, then hang?
I'll be so for real with you.
You would leave the turd on the ground in the last 3 seconds, pick the turd up, throw it away.
Just in case someone walks, just in case my boss has to see it. I'm like, it's still here.
What would you be pretending to do if they walked in 20 minutes in and the turd's still on the floor and you're just in the corner of the bathroom? Those bathrooms aren't but like 8 feet.
Watch. Let's act it out real quick.
Okay.
I'm in the bathroom. I'm on my phone like this, and you walk in. The poop's on the ground. Like you walk in.
Jake, what's going on, dude?
You see this thing?
Oh man, there's still a turd. What? You've been in here for 20 minutes.
If you think that's bad, you should have seen the toilet. My gosh.
I'm the one who told you to come clean this up, though. I know there was only a turd on the ground. There wasn't a turd in the toilet. This isn't a 20-minute process, Jake.
First
what
of
are you
all,
in here doing, man?
Because I came in here, I used the bathroom. First of all, the toilet didn't flush. No, what's wrong with the toilet?
Is that your phone?
I'm taking a picture of this thing, showing my friends.
God, I see your screen. Is that?
What is it?
Were you looking at animals doing stuff?
Animals doing stuff? What are you talking about? No, of course not.
You were in the corner watching animals play.
No, I was not. Play? What do you mean?
You're fired.
Whoa.
You're fired. You're in here touching yourself to rams on a mountain. There's a poop on the ground. I'm starting thinking you might have added to this poop situation.
I was trying to see what animal could have done this poop.
As the manager here at this Starbucks, you are officially fired, my friend. Get out.
Who's going to clean this turd up? One of the girls going to do it?
Maria.
No Mexicans here. Got a bunch of white girls back there who ain't going to clean up this poop.
Vanessa, get your ass over here.
Better not fire before I start adding this mess.
Vanessa walks up, openly lesbian girl.
None. We had none. They walk up and go, ew. And I go, that's right. I clean up the turds. Not bitch-ass Vanessa.
So you're the turd guy.
They wouldn't, first of all, if they busted in, I would just start, first of all, they never, this was fun.
Who is dropping a turd on the floor? How often is this happening?
Happened twice.
My God.
Which is a lot. And I don't know why it would happen, but it would happen. And I would go in there and I would leave it there. I go on my phone. I'd go to the bathroom also. And then when they say, like, I'd walk out and go, well, it's a mess in there. It's a mess in there. I'm like, the sink, they hit the sink. They're hitting everywhere. They made a mess in there intentionally. And then
had no one else seen it before this?
Someone just complained. Someone was like, hey, someone pooped in that bathroom. And I go, I got it.
Oh, you would jump on it quick.
Customer goes,
so you were eager to go
deal with walk out,
shitty situation.
Customer walk out and go, hey, someone, I got it. What do you want to finish? I got it. What is it? I don't know. I'm in there.
What if you were it'd be so funny if you were like the designated Starbucks shit guy.
I was.
Just went around to all the Starbucks.
I would love that.
Dealt with turds all day.
I would love that because I can't smell and I'm bored. Going there just like, I'm like, yeah, this is your problem. Found your problem.
This is your problem.
I know what's causing the stink. I'm pretty sure we had a homeless guy living in one of the bathrooms for a little bit because our bathrooms didn't have passwords.
Wow.
So there was someone who was like, is that a pillow?
Dude, I hate how pressed they get about you using the bathroom. Like, if you go to a Starbucks in L.A.,
yeah,
they're like, where you from? Before you get the passcode.
I got to use the bathroom. Where you from? Huh? It's like, Riverside, take your ass to John John's. You ain't pooping here.
Go back to the IE with your ass, cuz.
I've had too many Riverside folk end up living in there. Talking about rent. Talking about, I changed the password.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
No, mine didn't have a password because I was Starbucks in a good neighborhood, and there was no need for that.
No need for that in these nice ass Starbucks you be working at.
Yeah. Also,
did you ever get offered like a manager gig or anything? You never worked your way up the corporate ladder.
They teased shift supervisor, and then
they teased. That's so funny.
They like dangled it, and I was like, I don't really want to do any of that.
What was it gonna make? Like another $2 an hour or something?
Probably like $5 an hour, honestly.
Wow.
It was actually really good money.
So you would have been making like 25 an hour. You were making 20, weren't you?
It's been 20, 25, yeah. I have a friend who was I fucking with it? I have a friend who's a manager. His wife's also a manager at Starbucks, and they bring in cash.
Whoa.
Yes, they're chilling with that.
You know their house smells like coffee.
Man. Oh, I ought to fucking punch you in the face with that one. It does though.
You know it does.
I mean, it does or doesn't. I mean, I don't know.
Are they fat?
They fat like they were at the show.
Are they big boned or not?
They were at the show. There was a blonde couple who was tall, skinny, and good looking. Both of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember them.
Yeah, they're both managers at Starbucks.
That was a good show.
That was a good show. They're attractive people. What do you want me to say?
We got an even better show coming up. Loudburger Tuesday.
Loudburger Tuesday. Come watch.
April the 22nd. This should be out before that.
It will
come
be.
out. If you've made it to this point in the podcast and
You
you
love
live
Hunter.
in Southern California, more than likely you know me. You know me and you know what I'm about. And I'm about a good time and I'm about putting on funny comedy shows. And guess what? We're putting one on at the Loudburger in Grand Terrace, April 22nd. Y'all be there or be square. We got some of the funniest comedians out of Los Angeles, Orange County, and hell, even a couple local acts here in the Orange County. Come check us out. Come check us out, April 22nd.
I will not be there.
Jake didn't make the cut.
I did not make the cut. Hunter said you are not getting booked on my show.
Got to be a little funnier than that.
That's what Hunter said.
I'm just kidding. Now he's got other obligations as far as
prior obligation. Prior obligation.
And I can tell y'all what's going on. Him and his girlfriend are actually going to the first meeting. They're having a kid. They're having a kid, y'all, and they're going to the first doctor visit to make sure that everything's going on. You know, the little embryo's growing, and it's awesome. Honestly, celebrating, high five for you being a dad, man. That's going to be awesome. When do we find out the sex?
Well, so here's the actual truth.
Whoa.
There is no child.
You aborted your baby.
We just lied to you about having a child.
Not pregnant, but she was looking like a little round.
I just did not want to do your Riverside show, so I made up a whole lie about how...
you sent me a picture of a stomach and how it was...
I just gave her some fries one day and said, eat up, we're taking a pic. I said, eat up, we're taking a pic. And make sure it goes to your belly.
Eat up, we're taking
best not hit your cheeks.
We're taking a pic.
Taking a pic. And I said, it's something to Hunter now. I'm saying, something to do. Take a pic.
So you lied to me about this entire child.
I just don't want to go. I don't want to do your show.
Wow.
Just kidding. I have to do something else.
Prior obligations. It's all good. You're going to a funeral. Your
Why
grandmother's funeral.
Why do you keep adding stuff to this?
Whoa.
I'm just not gonna be. I wish I was there.
He'll be there in spirit.
I'll be there in spirit. But that was our episode. Thank you for listening to Crack Timeout.
That has been a hell of a time and what I call a crack time out.